this event and allowing me access to this account so I can make all the most ridiculous decks that I could ever think of. So very, very thankful and grateful for that. Yeah, so let's hop into it. Let's get started. On the 1-drops, we have the full play set of Foulmire Knight. He's a adventure card, so his adventure side at instant, speed, profane, insight, we draw a card and lose 1 life. And then his creature side, he's a 1/1 with Death Touch. I have 4 copies of Blizzard Brawl as a snow sorcery. It says choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you control 3 or more snow permanents, the creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until the end of turn. Then those creatures fight each other. Onto the 2-drops, we have 2 copies of Valki, God of Lies. He's a 2/1, and when he enters the battlefield, the opponent reveals their hand. We exile a creature card they reveal this way until Valki leaves the battlefield. And then we can pay X and choose a creature card exiled with Valki with converted mana cost X, and Valki becomes a copy of that card. And then the Planeswalker side, Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter. He comes in at 5 loyalty. We get an emblem when he comes into the battlefield saying that we may play cards exiled with Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. His +2 ability says exile the top card of each player's library. His -3, exile target artifact or creature, and then his -8, exile all cards from all graveyards and add 3 red mana. Running the full play set of Fynn, the FANGBEARER. He's a 1/3 with Death Touch, and whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. A player with 10 or more poison counters loses the game. We have 3 copies of Chevill, Bane of Monsters. 3, 4. He's a 1/3 with Death Touch, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponents control no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. When a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Onto the 3-drops, we're running the full play set of Hooded Blightfang. He's a 1/4 with Death Touch, and whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life, and whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. Running 3 copies of Klothys, God of Destiny. She's a 4/5 with Indestructible, and as long as your devotion to red and green is less than 7, Klothys isn't a creature. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a land, we add either a red or green source of mana. Otherwise, we gain 2 life, and Klothys deals 2 damage to each opponent. Onto the 4-drops, running the full play set of Questing Beast. He's a 4/4 with Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. He cannot be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage cannot be prevented. And whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls. Onto the 5-drops, we're running 3 copies of Vivien, Monstrous Advocate. She comes in at 3 loyalty, and she says you may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. We can plus her and create a 3/3 green beach creature token with either Vigilance, Reach, or Trample, and we can -2. And when you cast your next creature spell this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. And onto the top end, we have 2 copies of Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider. He's a 6/6 with Trample and Haste. And if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or a player, put twice that many of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. And then if an opponent would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, they put half that amount rounded down each time. And then finally, we have 2 copies of Zagras, Thief of Heartbeats, Flying, Death Touch, and Haste. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Other creatures you control have Death Touch, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. So let's briefly talk about the mana before we get into it. We have 5 snow-covered swamps, 1 snow-covered mountain, 3 snow-covered forests, the full playset of Slitherbore or Darkbore Pathway, the full playset of Woodland Chasm, the full playset of Timbercrown or Cragcrown Pathway, and the full playset of Highland Forest. The deck has a 2.9 converted mana cost running 28 creatures and 25 lands. So this is Death Touch Tribal. The deck revolves around Hooded Blightfang and a bunch of other Death Touchers pinging the opponent to death. And then, of course, once we hit a FANGBEARER, the opponent really has to think about how he divides. We have Chevill to help us gain life. Blizzard Brawl is kind of comical because all of our creatures have Death Touch, so we can Blizzard Brawl and have any of our cheap creatures fight another creature and just kill them straight up. Vivien's gives us the card advantage, helps us create extra bodies, or we can, -2, cast a big spell, and then look for some of our other goodies. Klothys is an amazing card in general. If the opponent has cards in their graveyard, we can start eating the graveyard and doing damage, gaining life at the same time. Questing Beast is just an amazing card. Vorinclex is a new favorite from the new set, and then Zagras gives all of our creatures Death Touch, even the ones that don't have it, like Klothys, Vorinclex, and all of our tokens from Vivien. So that's the idea. We just want to go face and poison some enemies. So let's hop into some games. Let's see how we do. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'll say, disclaimer, these are completely thrown together. The Jankyard, I love it. Not claiming these decks to be tier 1 or anything competitive. We're just having fun today, just trying to feel out the new set, and that's about it. So we have a 3-lander here. We have a Foulmire. We have no red source, and we have no smaller creatures. I think we'll mulligan this. Seems a little bit better. We have a FANGBEARER. We have all of our colors. We have a Zagras. I think we'll drop the Hooded here. And we'll lead off with the Highland Forest tapped. It's going to feel bad, but I think in this case we'll probably play out the Valki first. This will probably die immediately, and we don't want Fynn dying. So we will go ahead and play Highland Forest first. So some type of... Well, we want to get something out there, so we'll play Fang. Oh, I did that reverse. I meant to play Valki. So sorry. Sorry, I've been playing now for like 6 hours straight. Been mass recording some videos. Now, I'll be curious to see if he lets Fynn hit. Okay. There's an untapped land. Do I Valki here? I think I do, because like I said, honestly, I think he's... Ooh, never mind. Got lucky there. And no removal. Sure. All right, he's cultivating. Okay, good and got put a Blightfang. Has to do something to stop the bleeding. So he plays his Calamity Bearer, and then he plays probably Glimpse. The Jankyard. My man. Sure. I feel like this deck, maybe we should do less of the tapped and just more untapped. And just maybe put some Fabled Passage in there. Because this being untapped would probably end the game. Oh, never mind. Cool. Next. Just attack with these two. No blocks. So he has to remove Fynn or he loses. Glimpse the Cosmos, sure. The Jankyard. There it is. Sure. And so at this point, if we have nothing else to do, we can just make him become a Calamity Bearer. That way he has 4 defense. So let's pay 4. And let's play into the death touch, and we will attack with you. Alright, opponent goes down to 1. Does he have the board wipe? Okay. That's not gonna do it. I think I'm good. Got him. Alright, cool. But we won't adjust anything until we lose. That's my philosophy, right? Let's hop into another one. Jund Death Touch for the win. Kenai Lex. Okay, this seems awfully slow, so we'll mulligan this. Mulligan. Alright, we'll have to do this. We'll drop the questing. And I guess a Vivien's feels bad, but play the Woodland Chasm. Wolf Doors, cool. We'll have it just come in as black. Search for snow permanent, a legendary card, or a saga, reveal it, put it in your hand, then show up your library. Sure. I think we'll wait till after he uses it on this. Loving all the snow control decks, you know. Another Search for Glory. Vorinclex. Okay. Draw a card, lose 1 life. Pick up with Foulmire. Smash the face. Come on in. Let's play Chasm. Valki, see if we can hit anything. We don't hit anything, which is nice. Put an attack in here. Elspeth.
Death is I could get used to working
nice.
with others.
Good game. Alright, that was a cool one. Fair enough, fair enough. Vorinclex is so good, right? We'll keep it. We'll keep it how it is. Hopping in. Alright, so we have a 3-lander here. I think we can make this work. We can turn 1, we can Foulmire. So we'll turn 1, we'll Foulmire. Ashi. Just name green. Go face. Low. Klothys. I think it's more important to have a quest and beast come down with haste. Just been having so much fun today with this release of this new set. I think this is going to be one of my favorite sets of the last couple that have come out. Zendikar was pretty cool, but this one's... I think this one tops it. Alright, so we have plenty of questing beasts to spare, so we'll swing in here. See how he feels about that. Okay, that's how he feels about that. Alright, we'll name green. Let's go ahead and play out our Vivien. I think we'll name Vigilance for now.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Stompy.
Green-red does have plenty of flyers though, so we'll see what he plays. And another Storm's Wrath. Bless you. Okay. Nylea's Intervention. Interesting. Six. Let's do this, minus. We'll play, and we'll search up a hooded, and attack with everything. Get some in there. Let's see if he has another Storm's Wrath. And must be a Storm's Wrath. But don't worry, I have plenty of other creatures that have haste. Aussie? O'Shea. Maybe that's what it is. Terror of the Peaks. Sure. Ooh, standards. So we'll name reach here.
We will adapt it.
We'll play out another questing. And we'll attack you. Got him! Jun Death Touch, my friends. Jun Death Touch. Oh, I love it. I love it. Ever since I saw Hooded Blightfang printed, I was just like, I wanted to make something work, but it's like, could never really quite find the right fit, right? Alright, so we have a 3-lander here, no turn 1 play, so that's okay. I think we can make this work. Or I should say attempt to make this work. Let's go ahead and play Highland Forest first. Dr. Spulkin, nice. Let's have this in black. I think it's too soon to name or to cast Valki. Be interested to see what he takes. Maybe Fynn? Yeah, probably Fynn. Well, that cat's out of the bag. There's a Vivien. So no turn 1 play here. We'll go ahead and play out Valki. That's another Valki. So I guess we take him. Looks like we're about to be in trouble here. No attacks. We'll see what he does. I feel like this card is dangerous, man. I feel like... I don't know. I am not sure. Yeah, I mean, I think I block, don't I? Sure. I don't want any counters there. Thank you. So we do have Klothys, which is nice. So we could run out Klothys here. Sure. Yep, take the Fynn. Vivien's coming next turn. Yep. Interesting. Interesting. I think we'll take Valki just in case, because he's running blood on the snow. Yeah, his graveyard. Alright, so we'll name green. We could smash. Next turn he has... I think Vivien is the move here. Looks like he's playing Flyer, so we'll name Reach, I think.
I
Then we have the questing
answers.
beast. Questing bitch. Okay. Pass. Yeah, we'll take that too. We can play Fynn off the top. But I think I'd rather minus. Let's play questing.
The arcbow is quite powerful.
I would love for him, yeah. I want to see how this card works. Sure. Pick the hooded. And cool. So he gold spans. He attacks Vivien. But then I'm coming in with all this. And this.
I'll survive. We'll take Valki again. Don't want him getting any benefit from that. I think we'll name green. Got him. My man. Dr. Spolkin. I think this deck has something. I think this deck has something.
Next turn we can Woodland. Another Chevill. Got him. Jund deathtouch, my friends. Jund deathtouch. Putting in the work. This is another deck I feel like would be like on fire in historic with the like gifted Etherborn and stuff. And what is it, like Dusk Rose Apostle, the one drop that has lifelink death touch for one. Alright, let's hop into another one. So Rolf. I want to make something. I want to build something around that. Like an Abzan control. Necro with a Liliana. Alright. So we have a turn 1, Foulmire. No turn 2. I think we can make this work. We have a Hooded Blightfang. We have a Blizzard Brawl. There's a Fang. So then we'll play Woodland Chasm. Beautiful. We'll play this. We'll play Foulmire. Okay. Alright. If Hooded Blightfang doesn't get removed, then we'll play our Fynn. We'll play our Fynn. So we'll name green. So we'll Fynn here. I think we slam another Fynn here and just go face.
Zika's Chariot for 4.
Got them poison counters dripping. Now, is that a squirrel or a cat? It is a damn cat. What's up with the cats here in MTG Arena? I'm not, like, you know, knocking it, but... Tegrid. Let's just go in. If he blocks anything, I'm assuming he'll block the hooded. Maybe. Sure. I'm glad to get that off the board. Because I got another one. And another one. And another one. This card is busted as hell, though, for sure. Zagras. Yeah, I think we just throw in everything. Let's see what's playing with.
We will
Don't
adapt
see anything that has reach. But I think that's the only thing we can't really deal with. You have removal for my beast creature? Nope. Another solemn, sure. I'm okay. Opponent's super low in life, though, so this Klothys could be putting in a lot of work for us. I mean, we do have 29 life, and they have 8 poison counters. Sure. I think I'll lose 3 life. I guess we'll take the bloodness now. No attacks. Alright. He's got one more turn. I'll discard a card. Tegrid is one of my favorite cards from the set. I'll I'll lose 3 life. It's a lot of land. No, sure, I'll lose 3 life. Cool. Good game.